Hi, I'm James Santiago from Voodoo Lab, and we're going to set up Eric Johnson's Cliffs Dover sound. For this, I'm starting with a Strat. I'm going into a pedal switcher here, so that's going to bring in and out the different pedals and delays we're going to use for this. And then I'm ending at a old Marshall there. I'm using a Y cable to jump into both channels, and the volume of that is set at about 7 or so. Presence is turned off, and bass, middle, and treble are all set roughly about halfway up. The amp's really loud, so I actually am using a THD hot plate to bring the overall volume down, or else I probably wouldn't be able to sit in front of it here. So let's listen to just the amp sound with the guitar. Yeah, it's very sort of Eric Clapton-y, sort of Cream era sound, big, warm. And what's going to happen is I'm going to just add a little echo to it. So we're going to bring in the Echoplex here. And it's set on the echo delay. I think it actually says 26, but that translates to about 420 milliseconds of delay time. So now it's guitar, little echo, and the head. Now, sounds good. It's a little warm. It's ducking underneath the notes. It sounds louder when you stop playing because, again, the amp's already compressing everything. So when I stop playing, the echoes kind of come up a little bit. So the next trick to this is the tube driver. And when I add this in, what's going to happen is the amp is already distorted, so I don't need to actually use all of the overdrive in this. So I've got the actual tube drive knob only set at about 4. Again, the out level is at unity gain, so if I were to bring it in and out, it would just add a little grit. And again, little low end dialed in, and I've got the actual high knob turned off. So this is almost 90% of the sound there now. Okay, that's almost there. The only thing missing is the actual reverb used on the track. And we've got the mic here on the cab, and in the studio, Eric doesn't really put reverb through the amp. So actually, we're going to add a little bit of a plate reverb. It's got a little more mid-range and a little more top because the amp is already pretty dark, so the last thing you want to do is add a really warm reverb. So by adding a reverb that's a little brighter and a little more mid-rangey, when you hit the higher notes, it'll actually sort of pop out a little bit more. So now I'm going to play some stuff with the reverb added post the mic. Okay, now we're going to get rid of the Marshall head, and we're going to try and get this same sound but in front of a super clean amp. So I've got a basic old twin reverb set up super clean. Again, doesn't sound anything like the Marshall head, and of course the volume's down. What I've added to fix this is a little overdrive pedal after the tube driver and Echoplex. And you can use any one of a number of types of things. There's like the old Dot Overdrive 250s. There are a bunch of boutique sort of overdrive preamps. What you're looking for is something that's not really distortion, but you're looking to take the signal from your guitar and just boost it a little bit and get rid of some high end. I'm using an old little prototype from us that's called a Giggity right now to do this. Let's take a listen to the twin now with the little overdrive box. Okay, compared to when it's off, you can tell it's not really adding distortion, it's just a little bit of gain and then sort of shaping the top end. So now we kind of sound like we did with the Marshall up there when it was up really loud. So now we can start adding in the rest of the signal path. So let's go ahead and add in the Echoplex. Now let's add in the tube driver and add the post mic reverb that we used in the last section as well. For my last example, we're going to go ahead and use a channel switching amp. I've got a VHT SIG-X up here that's got 3 channels. So set up right now, it's just a nice clean sound. But I can switch over to the rhythm sound and kind of simulate the warmness and sort of slight overdrive I was getting out of the Marshall before. So now all I got to do is add a little echo and a little more overdrive. So I can do that now with this little carbon copy. So again, instead of using the Echoplex, which again is a little cumbersome, it's big, it's a little hard to maintain, I'm just going to go ahead and stick a plain delay in front of the amp. So here's what that sounds like. And when we add the tube driver, we're pretty much there.